Hello, everybody, and it's Justine Evans here from Creation Fertility and Justine Evans. That's my other website. I am a hormone alchemist and a fertility expert, and I work with spagyric medicine as well. So today, what I thought that I would do is talk to you about a wonderful plant called Echinacea, which is amazing for this time of year. We're in the autumn season, and Echinacea is known for its immune building properties and its support. But this month we're connecting with it with Hormone Inspiration, which is my monthly group that I run. Each month we work with a plant medicine as well as spagyric plant medicine. And this month I thought that I would talk about Echinacea. Now, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the general things that people think of Echinacea for. So we would use it as an antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. It increases overall vitality, helps cleanse the kidneys, liver, lungs. It's a natural antibiotic, cleanses the blood and the lymphatic system, and it's also an adaptogen, which not everybody knows about, but actually it really helps with our resilience. And also we use it a lot for viruses, for coughs, colds, sinuses, urinary tract, ear, nose and throat, and those kind of conditions, all of those seasonal conditions that we're getting right now. But we can also use it for gut health, candida, and ear, nose and throat, streptococcus. And also we've also used it for pelvic inflammatory disorders as well. And I don't know if you know, but it was also helped to reduce the radiation in the Chernobyl disaster as well. So it just shows how strong Echinacea can be. Now, traditionally in North America, they would also call it snake bite and coneflower. And the reason that they called it that is because it was like a general remedy for them. And they would either use the plant or they would use the root itself. And they would use it for snake bites, for poisonings, for toothache, for sore throats, coughs, rabies, rheumatism, osteoarthritis, mumps and measles, and those kind of childhood health conditions, influenza, mouth ulcers, and even for things like other autoimmune conditions. So it's a really powerful and really ancient plant. So from a spagyric remedy perspective, we see it from, we work on it with the Trinity or the Trilogy. We work with it from an emotional, a physical, and a spiritual perspective. Sorry, excuse me, I'm just going to move this slightly further away. Thank you. It's a little bit better. Apologies, everybody. So we believe as a spagyric therapist, we work on it that it connects, the balances yin and yang. And it also carries Christ energy. And for those of you who are into spirituality, 2021 is very much bringing that Christ energy through. So it's bringing that sort of diamond and crystalline energy coming through. And it's interesting that it's having such powerful influence this year. So really what it's doing is it's bringing like a beam of light, and it's showing up our shadows. And these are obviously emotional and spiritual shadows rather than our physical shadows. So it's showing us our shadows and things that we can really change in our lives. And it helps us from being very egotistical, which is basically where we've all been for many, many years. And we're bringing us back into the to be. So from wanting have all the time, we're coming back into the to be, I am. Now, as I've already mentioned, I'm a fertility expert, and I have actually just reformulated my fertility products, my tinctures, my spagyric remedies, to include the 3 forms of Echinacea that we use within spagyric medicine, because it really helps bring the 3 aspects of the soul together, the physical, as well as the emotional and the spiritual, to bring it into its form. And I've recently placed these 3 forms of Echinacea into my trying to conceive on male products. Okay. And I could talk about that a little bit more, but maybe right now it's not the right time. But it is really about bringing that seed of life. So why else would I use Echinacea right now in a spagyric form? And I would use it because it recreates your sense of integrity and is great for post-trauma. And I really believe globally that most of us are suffering in some format from some form of post-trauma relating to the pandemic and the way that life has been over the last 18 months or so. So Echinacea would be a nice product to use right now. Now, spagyrically, we tend to use Echinacea augustiflora for the lower part of the body and for the physical elements of the body. We use Echinacea purpura for the trunk of the person and the emotional, so that middle part of your body. So we would probably use that for your gut health as well. And then we would use pallida, Echinacea pallida, for the upper part of the body and the head and the spiritual aspect of the body. So I like to combine all three. And actually, what I tend to do is make up remedies for you on a personalized level, often use your date of birth as well. And I would be using the 3 forms of Echinacea, unless it seemed very apparent that you only would use 1 or 2 of those. But I would say that generally I would use the 3 forms of that. And I would be encouraging you to use that for up to 6 weeks, and then we would take a break. And dependent on you, would depend on whether we would do another Echinacea blend for another 6 weeks. Now, this really is very individualized and personalized, and the spagyric forms of Echinacea are different from the herbal tinctures that you get and you only use for a short period of time. So I would really like to make that very clear that the spagyric medicine form of Echinacea you take for a different length of time than you would do for the for acute situations when you're using Echinacea because you're feeling that a cold or something is coming on, and you would use it for a maximum of 10 days, but probably less. So anyway, that's my information for you today. I hope you found it really helpful. If you are interested in me making you up a remedy, then please contact me at my website. More information is below this link for this film for you, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Blessings.